this.
It's about your interview for WRCW. I was assigned to come over and...
Oh, surely not to do it in my hotel room.
Oh, no, of course not. I just need to get some background information on you for the interview itself.
This is most unprofessional. Couldn't you have called first?
Well, ordinarily I would have called, but I just took a chance that you would be here because I'm a little short on time. This was pushed on me at the last minute.
Roger Jewelry does not need to beg for publicity. Don't you know we are in the fashion news from New York to San Francisco? We are the Reg.
Maybe you could give me some of your reasons why you think the line is caught on so well. In fact, if you could describe some of the jewelry to me, or maybe if you have some samples you could show me.
You don't even know what the line looks like?
No, I've never seen the line. That's why I'm here. I would like to make my interview a little more knowledgeable.
Well, never mind. You can simply introduce me, and then I will take it from there. I have some wonderful examples to show.
I don't think you understand. You see, this is going to be an interview. It's not a commercial for your jewelry.
How dare you? I have done interviews in New York, Paris, London. Pardon. Hello, oui? Spiros, why do you have to keep calling me? You are only tormenting yourself. I have business. Stop bothering me. Ex-husbands can be such a bore, can't they? Now, where were we?
We were discussing the interview.
Just leave everything to me. It will be fabulous.
You know, I was very surprised that you decided to stay in Pine Valley, particularly since Gilles refused your offer to invest in his stunt.
Well, Gilles is so exciting, I couldn't leave without seeing him perform.
Well, I'm sure he'll be very flattered to hear that. Now, if you could give me some background information on your business, it would be great. I'm sure it would help me make this interview a lot more interesting.
Well, I disagree. I think an interview is much more interesting when it is spontaneous.
Well, there'll be a lot of time for spontaneity. You see, I don't want this interview to turn into a monologue because I will be asking questions.
Well, that's just fine because I have the answers to any silly question you want to ask me.
The reason I'm here is so that I can get information so that my questions will be more informed. Do you understand that?
I am so sorry that I don't have the time to do your work for you, but as you can see, I was in the midst of my beauty rest. So please, Brooke, do me a favor and run along.
Solange, tu es formidable.
Just think, someday we can be snuggling in front of a nice hot fire, roasting marshmallows.
Sure, and drinking cups of cocoa, right? I think it's a great idea. And I know the perfect place, too.
Where?
Aspen.
Colorado?
Sure, you remember I was selling all those student trips. If I fill my quota, I get a free trip.
How many more do you have to sell?
Just one. That's it. Think about it. We can have a little prenuptial honeymoon in the Rockies away from everybody.
Oh, well, wait a second. You only get one free ticket, right? How much would another one cost?
No, wait a minute. I'm being stupid. I'm being a jerk. I mean, here I'm talking about a new sense of responsibility, and already I'm gonna blow it.
No, don't worry about it. Actually, it was a great thought. Hold on.
I can't. It's wrong. I mean, I should be thinking of ways to save money, not spend it.
Well, naturally, you get a free ticket, right? You don't get the money, so you'd want to use it.
Sure, if I was young, single, and ready to mingle, but I'm not. I should be thinking of a way that I could cash in the ticket and start a savings account.
Wait a minute. Is this the Thaddeus Martin I know and love?
Uh-huh.
Since when did you have these great ideas?
Oh, well, stick around, kiddo. Because from now on, there's plenty more ideas where that came from.
Say it.
Yes, I want your kiss. You can be very cruel, Jeremy.
That was the only way I could prove I'm right.
What did you prove, That I still respond to your touch. Oh. Why shouldn't I? I did love you once. But obviously nothing can come of it at this time.
Nothing can ever come of it, Natalie.
Jeremy, you can't fool me. You forced yourself to stop just as I would have done if we'd gone much further. I will not cheat on Alex. But obviously if he dies, we'd have no trouble rekindling our old desire.
You are disgusting.
Why? We both know he hasn't been in the best health.
Oh. And as soon as he dies, you think you're gonna have it all, right? The money and the passion you put aside for it? Well, let me tell you something,
No,
lady.
let me tell you. I am the one who has been dragging him across this country from specialist to specialist to make sure he gets the best possible care.
Well, you didn't have to bring him to Pine Valley.
But I would like to give him back his son.
Unfortunately, I'm not yours to give.
Then I would like to act as a peacemaker since I am the one who tore you two apart.
You know very well that we never got along.
Wouldn't it be wonderful if that could happen before it's
The
too
doctor
late?
said he'll be all right, and he's gonna be fine.
Well, that just gives me more time to work on the two of you. I hope he lives to be 100.
Oh, Erica. Well, how are things at the magazine?
Oh, well, fairly chaotic. But I did manage to put some order in it.
That should give you a great feeling of accomplishment. In fact, you should feel very proud of what you've done.
Well, thank you, Alex. I do. I've been able to turn things around, with Jeremy's help.
Jeremy, all he does is paint pretty pictures for it.
Oh, no, not at all. I mean, he's just helped create the whole tone of the new magazine. Really, he's been an inspiration.
Oh, inspiration, that's pretty tricky stuff.
Yes, I guess it is. Very valuable stuff, too. So, where is everybody?
Oh, well, Jeremy's in his studio, I assume, although it's getting pretty late. Natalie went for a walk, and she's been gone a long time.
Well, that's very unusual. I mean, my goodness, it's very dark to be taking a walk right now. The grounds aren't even lit.
Well, knowing Natalie, I'm sure she's braving the cold wind not very well.
Well, then where do you think she is?
Well, she must be visiting Jeremy, I assume.
Oh. Well, I guess I'll have to stop by there myself at his studio, to say goodnight before I turn in.
Turn in. If you see Natalie while you're out there, would you tell her I've gone to bed?
Yes, of course.
Erica, thought you'd be spending the night in New York.
No, I wanted to come home. Is Jeremy locking up the studio?
Oh, I really wouldn't know.
Well, Alex wanted me to tell you that he'd gone up to bed.
I suppose you came rushing back to see Jeremy. I was rather surprised you didn't take him with you to New York.
Well, Jeremy's not a lapdog. I mean, he's a man with his own work to do. I don't really take him anywhere.
Well, you are his boss at Tempo. You seem to lean on him.
No, I really care a great deal about his advice.
I'd give anything to know him better. Find a way to bring him back into the family fold. I don't think, though, that I will ever understand him.
Well, it seems to me that you understood him quite well once.
Meaning what? I told you how he's refused to accept me as his stepmother.
But you neglected to mention that you had had an affair with Jeremy before you married his father.
Who would have told you such a thing?
Jeremy.
Oh, well, now that surprises me.
Well, it shouldn't. Both very honest with each other.
I can't get over the fact he would tell you something so intimate, especially since the two of you are merely friends.
Our friendship is extremely close. We have no secrets.
Actually, I'm very glad he did tell you. It helps me to know that I can talk frankly to you now about Jeremy. You know, woman to woman.
No, I really can't imagine what we would have to discuss.
Well, you know the new, more hidden, complicated Jeremy. I knew a very open, impetuous young one.
Yes, well, he has undergone some quite serious philosophical changes.
Oh, well, I'm sure that's probably true. But there's one thing that can't possibly have changed. That's what a wonderful, wonderful lover he was. And I'm sure that over the years he's really just gotten much better. Like fine wine. Well, I won't keep you up. You look a little tired. I'll say good night.
I didn't expect you for another half hour. I was reading to help me wait.
Oh, poetry.
Yeah, very good. You should read it sometime.
Well, no, thank you. I don't really feel like reading about other people's love.
Well, that concerns the love of the universe.
Oh, goody.
What's wrong? What is it?
Nothing. Did you get a lot of work done this evening?
Erica, don't play games with me. I know you too well.
I certainly wish I could say the same thing about you. There's a whole part of you that I will never know.
What happened? You're in such a good mood on the phone. You're so anxious to come back home.
Yes, I certainly wish I hadn't made such good time. I wish I were just walking in the door now.
All right, who did this? Father and Natalie were here when you came in, is that it?
No. Well, I mean, your father was here.
Did he say something to upset you?
No. Actually, your father is a dear. Actually, I like your father.
Erica, I want to know what's troubling you.
Well, Natalie came in after your father went up.
I should have known. All right, what rotten thing did she say this time?
Oh, her words were glowing. She spoke of the wonder of your love.
The wonder is that I could have been so mistaken. Erica, I was in love with someone who didn't exist.
Oh, yes. You were both quite young. First passions can be so strong.
Yes, to a point that you can blind you to the true nature of a person. All right, all right. I think you have quite enough of the Hunter family. It's time for them to leave.
No. No, I can't do that. I can't do that to your father. I can't tell him to get out when he's still under Dr. Hamill's care.
Erica, I'm concerned about your happiness, not his. He's a selfish, egocentric man.
He's your father. And I guess I have to agree with Natalie. I guess it would be a shame if anything happened to him before you two reconciled.
I wish he wouldn't be brought into this. Father and I will probably never get to terms.
Well, that may very well be. But I think that underneath everything, your father is afraid. And if he was feeling fine, he would have been on the next plane to Canada.
I'm not so sure about that. Father's a very complicated man.
Oh, he says a few gruff words, but underneath it, I think he's really scared. And I would like to help him.
And I want to protect you, Erica. I don't want you to get hurt.